Today's guest is one half of the Bully Busters, Keta Rush.
What's going on, y'all? Keta Rush in the house. They call me the golden child. Why is that? Because I stay shiny. You can't dim my light. It doesn't matter what you come with. It doesn't matter how big, how scary, how many things you can do. It doesn't matter. I am the golden child, the bully buster, and we will go down.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Mike Grand Show, and today's special guest is from WOW, Women of Wrestling, one half of the Bully Busters, Keta Rush. Hey Keta,
Hey.
How are you?
Hi everybody. Hey Mike, thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. So, you're a wrestler for WOW, Women of Wrestling. So tell us about that. How is it like working for WOW?
I love working for WOW. I think it's an amazing organization that really wants to see us win, and in every way. Like, they have backed me, my dreams, my ideas, my thoughts, just being involved with the company, and David McLean and Selena Majors. They're just awesome, and I feel very blessed to work with like one of the best women's wrestling organizations that there is.
So how did you get involved in WOW?
Totally by accident. I don't know if you know my story, but I am an actor, and I went on an audition. My agent sent me on an audition that I thought was for that show Heroes, that sci-fi show. And when I walked in and signed in, was waiting, and then they called my name to go into the second room, and in that room was a wrestling ring, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold on, hold that thought. And I called my agent. I was like, hey, what is this audition? And they said, it's superheroes. Like, it's that show here. And I was like, no, it's not. This says WOW Superheroes, Women of Wrestling. I don't wrestle. Like, what do I do? Do you need to talk to them and tell them? And they were like, oh no, we'll give them a call. And I was just going to leave. I just knew I didn't belong there. I literally had my hand on the doorknob, and David McLean goes, hey, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm at the wrong audition. And he goes, well, you might as well stay and watch. It's Friday at 5 o'clock. And it was downtown. And I was like, you have a very valid point, sir. No matter what, I'm going to still be in downtown in 1 hour. So I might as well just sit and watch the whole audition process. So I did. And it was very interesting, to say the least. And being an athlete my whole life and being an actor my whole life, I have that part, but I didn't have the skill, the wrestling skill. So when they were having girls audition, and they had girls that were so big throwing each other across, and I was like, I want nothing to do with this. Yeah, I was very scared, very intimidated. And speaking of Lana Starr, the last girl who entered the ring was Lana Starr. And she picked up a girl who probably outweighed her by 50 pounds and suplexed her, threw her into the ropes, and body slammed her. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. How did she do that? I want to do that. That was badass. That was cool. And she's tiny, and I'm tiny. So I was like, if she can do it, I think back in the day, like when I would think wrestling, I would think China. Like, that's just the visual that comes into my mind. And I am nothing like her. I'm 5'3" and I weigh 115 pounds. And Lana too. Lana's very tiny and petite. And so when I saw that, I really was interested. And I took the waiver home and talked to my parents about the whole process. And it was going to be this like process of elimination. And my dad really suggested that I go through with it because I was bullied when I was in school. So he thought it might be something therapeutic that can help me overcome some of the PTSD that I still had. So that was my introduction to WOW, and I made the cut after 3 months of training.
And for the fans at home, if they can see here,
Yes, there she is.
A Lana Starr t-shirt today.
I love Lana Starr.
that I am wearing. So did you see WoW at all? Like, not at all before the audition?
Yes, actually,
Or
yes.
did
So I
you?
grew up watching Glow. I grew up watching WWE, and I wrestled, in the living room with my brother, but nothing like in real life. And I honestly didn't even know it was a career or something that you could do. I just thought those people did it, but I didn't know it was like available to anyone else to learn to do, if that makes any type of sense. So I was familiar with pro wrestling. I just didn't know I could be one. Yeah.
So what was the training like for you, and who trained you?
My trainer was Leilani Kai, Selena Majors, and training was 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, intense. I mean, I might as well say 8 hours a day because it's not like we left, we still had to like do a lot of other stuff, character development, learning about safety, learning about the organization, the company, the mentality, what they want to put out versus, all of the other wrestling companies and what differentiates us. And it was a very, very, very cool learning process. And I had no idea if I would make it. I am an awesome athlete and I'm a great actress, but wrestling it's a specific niche and you either have it or you don't. And I had it. so that was a very grueling, awesome process. And I'm glad I went through with it because now here I am, Keta Rush.
And how did they come up with your character?
That's actually a tricky, funny question. So, in wrestling, it's when they give you your character or when you're figuring out your character, it's kind of very cliche or like slapstick. Like if you have red hair, your name might be Fire, And so being a mixed girl, I'm half Black, I'm half Guatemalan. I have never really fit in my life. And then now I am, again, as a WoW wrestler, but I don't know what my character is. And so I ran track my whole life. And David thought, how about Keta the cheetah? Like you're fast and that'll go great. And I was like, yeah, no, because I'm very specific about how my name is said. I really, really hate Keta. Like that's not my name. It's Keta. So I knew if I was Keta the cheetah, no one's going to say Keta the cheetah, So I was like, I don't want to do that. So I went home and I talked to my dad and I was like, talking to him about the whole process and how they're not really sure about my character, but they like everything else about me. So he said, why don't you email me some words that mean something to you? If you wanted to be remembered for the rest of your life, what would you want to be remembered for? And I was like, anti-bullying, being confident, standing up, being badass, being kick-ass, like just things I always wanted Keta to be that I just wasn't yet. I was just very happy and just soft. And my dad came up with Keta the Bully Buster. So I pitched it to David and Selena and they loved it. And then because I ran track my whole life, then they gave me the last name Rush. So Keta Rush the Bully Buster. And then here I am.
And then you wound up having a tag team partner too, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Who actually, they changed her name too. Because
yes.
if I'm saying it correctly, was it La Maravillosa?
La Maravillosa.
Okay, I was close. Almost.
Yeah. Close.
So tell us what it was like, how that came about that you guys formed a tag team.
So coincidentally, both of us went through some bullying situations. I would say mine a little more devastating, but having the same common bond was where our friendship began. And then we became the Bully Busters. Like, let's have a team. Like, let's take them on together since we have that same spirit. So that's how that happened.
Okay, and then there was also a little match between you and Stephanie. Can you tell us what happened there when you guys were a tag team, then you wound up facing each other a little bit?
Yeah, so I unfortunately kind of was getting paired up with opponents who come to Showtime weren't available. And I kept kind of getting the shit end of the stick. And so Stephanie said, well, I'll have a match with you. And I was like, but we're friends and we're tag teams. And she's like, yeah, but just like, let the best woman win. Like, we're both athletes, we're both good. And I was like, all right, I guess. I want to wrestle, so let's wrestle. So we wrestled, and it was cool. It was a good match. Definitely lots of sportsmanship on both ends. I won with a submission that she wasn't familiar with, so it kind of sucked for her. I didn't try to hurt her or anything like that, but it's wrestling. But we worked it out, and we made up after that whole thing.
What are some of the favorite moves that you have in the ring?
I absolutely love drop kicking people off of the ropes, off of anything, off of the third rope, second rope, doesn't matter. I love just from standing. That's my move. I love drop kicking. I don't know. I just something about it, just like projecting them away. And I really love like anything acrobatical. Like I love the head scissors, flying head scissors off of the ropes as well. Yeah, those are my things.
Do you have a favorite intro? Because I have a favorite intro.
Okay, so my favorite intro was going back to the beginning of my time in Vegas when Stephanie and I came out with the band following us.
Yeah,
we went
that's my
through
favorite
the casino
intro.
and the cameras, and it was just, that was so hype. Like, I love it. I hope we get to do that again.
Yeah, that was an awesome intro. And
Awesome.
do you have a favorite match?
My favorite match. I don't have a favorite. No, you know what? I have favorite moments from every match, but not a favorite overall.
Okay. And then what would you tell somebody who would want to become a wrestler? What kind of advice would you give them?
The advice I would give someone who wants to be a pro wrestler is don't stop. Safety first. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to take care of the other girls in the ring. If everyone's on that same page, we will all be okay. And you can't be shy. You got to be so extrovert to really nail it and have that thing about you. Even as a heel, even if you are a bad guy, like just and let's just say your way is being very introvert, you have to be very extrovert about being introvert. So I feel like there's a fine line between being outgoing. You've got to be very outgoing.
And you mentioned to us that you act as well. Can you tell us a little bit about your acting career?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started acting straight out of high school and did a lot of commercials, a lot of independent films, just getting my feet wet. And then recently I just finished HBO Room 104, and I play an MMA fighter named Reina Gold, and that's a very cool show. And it was really awesome. It was the first time I got to put my fighting skills together on screen, which has always been a huge dream. Same with wrestling. I can't wait to be able to like wrestle and act. If I got on Glow, that would be amazing. But yeah, I would say that's been my acting. I mean, I've done Nike commercials. I got to work with Alejandro Idimitu for the Olympics commercial for Nike, and that was amazing. And I'm wrestling in that. And coincidentally, a lot of things that I'm booking as of recent is combining my wrestling skills with my fighting skills. I also fight MMA, jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai. And then I ran track forever. So it's kind of like a cool thing where they're looking for girls who can do it all, but it's not about like singing and dancing anymore. Now they want to see like, badass women empowered type of woman. So that is me.
And can you tell us a little bit about the nonprofit organization that you run?
So I own a nonprofit organization called Team Bully Buster, and we've actually just expanded, and now I have a gym in Studio City under the same name. But what we do is literally teach children and women how to protect themselves, how to fight, how to be confident, how to be courageous, how to be brave. They learn Muay Thai, they learn wrestling, they learn boxing, they learn jiu-jitsu. We feel that those are the arts that help you, whether you're standing on the ground or whether the fight went down to the ground. being able to protect yourself. And that's truly, truly, truly the passion deepest in my soul is teaching people how to protect themselves. Because unfortunately, my freshman year in high school, I was bullied, and these girls beat the crap out of me, and they beat me up really, really bad. And I had no clue how to fight. I had no clue how to protect myself. I had no clue what to do. And I never want that to happen to any other kids. So it's my life's mission.
If there's a couple things that you could say about yourself that people maybe don't know, what would you tell them?
Whoa, things they don't know about me. What don't you know about Keta Rush? Huge family person. I love family. I love my family. I love being with family. I'm a homebody. I love being at home. And I'm never bored. It's I can't remember, like, I don't think I've ever been bored in my life. There's just always something to do. My mind, there's things to do all the time. I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I would say those are some things people don't know about me.
Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit of the lightning round, where I'm going to give you a couple things and you tell me which one you prefer. Okay?
All right. Cool.
All right. So we're going to start with Ferris wheel or roller coaster?
Roller coaster.
UFC or boxing?
UFC.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
John Cena or The Rock?
The Rock.
A crayon or a marker?
Marker.
Wendy's or Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Katy Perry or Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes.
Girl Scout cookies, would you rather eat Samoas or Thin Mints?
Peanut butter. Samoa.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Ooh. What's the one where Jennifer Love Hewitt's like spinning in a circle in the rain? What's that one?
Summer.
That one.
Yep. Toni Braxton or Tamar Braxton?
Toni Braxton.
A pinball machine or whack-a-mole?
Whack-a-mole.
Is it a couch or is it a sofa?
Couch.
And would you rather cook your own food or order takeout?
Order takeout.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had fun.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. Can you tell everybody how they can get in contact with you?
Yes, absolutely. My social media is The Pretty Flower Everything. I'm The Pretty Flower on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, that's my name. And then you could also check out my company, Team Bully Buster, and it's the same for Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll put up the links at the end of this broadcast for you guys. And thank you for joining us. And thank everybody at home for joining us as well. And keep it right here for some more great interviews. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.